actually tutorialized the very first part of the game, and then we throw you into the fray. So that's
It was you decided to make the game difficult, or
it is difficult on purpose, though. Like these sort of games that when you get the mechanics right and you get to combo all of your abilities, and there are different like damage types, and some things are really effective against certain things. So when you get all of those details right, it's actually fairly strategic as well. Even if it's fast-paced, you can be really strategic about it. And then, like if we look at some of our designers now playing it, and they know exactly what sort of build they're going for. They're just like melting enemies constantly. So but yeah, it's of course sort of a demo experience might be a little bit tricky because you're thrown like 5 hours into the experience.
Yeah, I went to a preview event earlier other time, and it was really hard on the preview event, but in the game it was
quite sure if you get to the sinkhole normally, you will not have a hard time.
But from what you are saying, should we like understand that there are no difficulty options?
We not difficulty options per se, but we got so much nice like feedback from the assist mode that we shipped with Control as a post-launch thing, that we are now shipping this game with the assist mode. So if you really just want to enjoy the story, but you are not into this sort of gameplay, you can like alter and modify your experience a tiny bit. Or for example, if you are somehow physically impaired and you can't do some mechanically really hard things, there are options there that you can actually tweak a bit to make it more suitable for you.
Can you tell me some of these options?
There's, for example, one of the easiest ones are just there's a slider for like incoming damage, so a multiplier, so you don't take as much damage, or then you can double, for example, the damage that you give as a player.
And can you choose like no damage at all? If you want to skip
I think when you enable the assist mode, it asks first that, hey, did you understand that this is supposed to be tricky, or like not tricky, but a challenging experience? And if you want to modify, you can, and then it double checks you a couple of times. But after that, I think there's even like invulnerability as an option there if you just want to follow the story and don't want to necessarily play the
I remember that the previous Control had something like that.
Yes.
Invisibility, something like that.
Yeah, that was a post-launch update, and now we're shipping with that same thing.
So does assist mode block some achievements, stuff like that, or everything is?
That is, because I'm the art director, I don't know the intricacies of all of our design elements, so that's actually something that we should check from designers, and we can get back to you with an actual answer. So I don't actually know how it works.
You're an art designer?
Yeah, art director of this game. I was the lead VFX artist on the original Control.
I really like the visuals of the whole thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Really good. I especially love how the his melts when you like the technical side of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, our VFX artists have been hard at work to make it feel sort of intrinsically rewarding when you hit enemies and they get killed. Of course, animation plays a big part of it into it, and audio as well. That it makes it almost like popping bubble wrap when you kill those enemies. Yeah.
And there is a part on the demo that is open world or semi-open world. Like that part is open world. I have some questions about that. Like the finished game, will it be fully open world with some linear sequences, or will it be more like there's some spaces that you have, like Last of Us Part 2 or something like that, that only when you are there you can explore, and the rest will be linear?
Yeah, we have been actually looking into it and have been trying to figure out how to call this specific format of the world, because open world is almost more like a genre, and this is not truly an open world game like that, but it is. So we've landed on a term called open-ended. So we have these different zones and different hubs in the game that are like mini open worlds, and you can freely go in and out, and you can backtrack, and you can do things in any order, but then like they are these bubbles that you can like move between. So structure somehow has described it best for us.
So the first part that is completely linear is just that part. The rest of the game is going to be more open-ended.
Yes, so the idea is that we have basically a 3-act structure, and Act 1 is this that you played through today, and it tutorializes.
I played the whole act.
And then basically when you defeat the first resonant, then, well, yeah, after that it continues a little bit differently than this demo experience, but idea is that we establish and tutorialize some of the game mechanics and different concepts in the game in Act 1, and then the world opens for you. So that part is a little bit more linear. Then the world opens for you, you can do things in any order, and then the sinkhole mission, for example, is a very typical sort of a story mission. There might be these, what we call dungeons. So in this more open world structure, you have a thing that starts like a dungeon-like sequence, and then we tell a little bit more of a story exposition in these ways in there, and then you can come back and do whatever you want.
But you said the first act and second act, the third act will be as the second one?
Yeah, everything else will be open for you to explore except for the Act 1, so that's more like the tutorial act.
And why did you decide to, it's like, as far as I know, it's the more open game from Remedy.
Yep.
Why did you decide to do an open-ended world?
Yeah, this is a natural progression from, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Quantum Break, that was a game that we released before Control, so that was like even more linear and narratively heavy thing, and then from that we knew that, hey, okay, we actually want to tell a little bit more open-ended stories as well and give the player more volition and more options and have the player play the game their way. So there was a deliberate jump from like Quantum Break into Control, and then now this is a similar jump from Control into Control Resonant. It's like it's even more open for you, even more ways to play. It's more RPG elements, it supports different play styles and different builds basically, and you can basically start missions from midway points. You don't have to do all of the things in the same order, but it's just a little bit more world-driven and RPG-like structure.
Yeah, you said that the Control for me is like just a Metroidvania, something like that. That you get abilities that make you progress. And then Alan Wake 2 is also like a Metroidvania that you, the world opens as you explore. This one, for as little as I played the open area, it seemed like it would be more like Ubisoft-like, you know, with icons that you are going to clean.
Yeah, so even more open, but all of the content in there, the side mission content and stuff, is more like handcrafted experiences that have narrative exposition as well, and there's no sort of very traditional fetch quests necessarily, but everything will have a little bit more meat to the bone that you can do in there. So yeah, we do have a map, hopefully a lot better than the first one was in Control, and you can do things your way, but yeah, there's all kinds of nice little secrets and things to find in the world.
And what do you think we can expect from the future of Remedy? Like, you're going to invest more on open-ended games or more linear scenes such as the ones before?
Good question as well, and I guess also the fans will dictate this for us a little bit. Like naturally, if this is an experience built in a way that we thought that makes perfect sense, this is just like how we wanted to tell Dylan's story, and this is sort of a format of a game that we feel very strongly about. I truly hope that it also resonates well with the fans. If this game is a success, then naturally there can be more like it, and that's a good thing now for us at Remedy as a multi-project studio, that we can do a little bit different type of things as well. So expecting Control has always been a little bit more of a world-centric thing where player volition matters a little bit more, and maybe Alan Wake games, for example, have been a little bit more like a really meticulously crafted sort of authored experience that is really strong on its own right, but it's a little bit different like design ethos that we have, for example, here on the Control side.
Okay, many thanks, Amber.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice talk.